Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. It's going to be the first... Nope, it's not. It's going to be the second of this best of 3 from the Platform 11 tournament. I'll just say that there. Yeah, game 2. How on earth can these two players follow up after a game like that? I'm implying game 1 if you haven't noticed. It's really weird. I kinda had some brain dead moments in that one. I didn't know what to do. It almost felt like a parody game. And I think I would say I didn't cast that very well, because I kinda parody casted that one, so if it was unsatisfactory casting then I do apologize, but hell no, I'm not going back to that game and recasting it. So yeah, game 2, the map is on Turtle Rock. Alright, looking around the base. Can we have that kind of assault slash messy game like last time? I would say yes. So let's not hold our breath here. Let's expect a more, what is it, normal game. Even though, you know, it was interesting having a non-normal game, not only in terms of armor composition but just playstyle. I'm not sure if WFZ actually, you know, played that part very well, because he played pretty standard to me, but FQQ on the other hand, you know, I guess he knocked it out of the park with that one. It's definitely very interesting. Okay, okay, first thing to notice is late Altar of Kings, Barracks. I think that's late Altar of Kings, but again, it's a human player, so maybe Archmage likes to be late. Yeah, I should not have said that. Sometimes human players choose to place down their altars a little later. It could just be a straight up Archmage first anyways, so let's not, you know, let's not assume things here. But, you know, if you think I'm wrong, then, I mean, let's just keep this eye on this footman here, because he's looking like he wants to hire up a second hero. Let's just, fingers crossed it's not a Goblin Tinker, because, I mean, come on, Goblin Tinker is still not very good in the win-loss ratio. Oh dear God. Okay, never mind. Goblin Tinker is out, and he is going to be walding around. Actually, to be honest, is this game 1? This is not game 1. But I will cast it like game 1. No, never mind. I'll cast it as game 2. I got the games mixed up for some reason. But you know what? Who cares? Let's just act like this is game 2. And game 1 is... It's supposed to be game 2, but it's game 1. Alright. Anyway. Strolling around, and the Goblin Tinker... I mean, for one, he's going to the wrong base. Alright, he is moving out. Okay. Okay. Goblin Tinker first. So, people say that this guy is here for his harassive kit here, with his pocket factory. He is actually looking to creep this turtle camp, like in front of the Death Knight, in front of WFZ's base. Funny, no? I don't know. I mean, not much the Death Knight can do. He's going to be focusing on the pocket factory. I guess that's the smartest thing he can do. Oh. Goblin Tinker is not going to have that kill thanks to the Death Coil from the Death Knight, and he's going to get himself that experience. It looks like the Footman is going to be the next target of the Death Knight, and he will be actually getting that kill. We're going to have Crypt Fiends coming out for WFZ. Halls of the Data is nearly completed as well. Pretty standard play from WFZ himself. Meanwhile, I mean, come on guys, you said that the Tinker is harassive, but all he's shown me is this. Farm in front of your enemy and lose the creep camp itself. I don't know, I'm trying to make the best out of this really awkward situation here, because I was expecting a normal game, and on top of that I was casting these games in the wrong order. It's just horrible. Anyway, FQQ is going to be losing himself another creep camp to his enemy as... I don't know what he's doing. Actually, he's... Oh, never mind. He's going to for this creep camp. Exactly the same, but it's placed in a different location. Acolyte is going to keep eyes on the Goblin Tinker, however. Okay. I mean, I can't actually say much about this game because FQQ played this one before the last game, and yeah, there's not much to say. I honestly think that last game's was played much better by FQQ. Archmage first and then Tinker, because the Archmage actually brings some early game presence into this. So yeah, I really screwed up this series. Anyway, Castle Tech is coming out for FQQ. I guess he's gonna go the same thing. Griffin Aviaries are being placed down. Double Griffin Aviaries at that as well. So I guess this is a great opportunity to see the differences between how FQQ learned from his mistakes and adapted to game 1. Yeah, but still, interesting that it goes double Griffin Aviaries before, you know, just adapting to singles. Because this just shows that FQQ realized maybe he can't, you know, afford to produce out of 2 Griffin Aviaries. Then again, that's maybe why he, skipped the barracks in the game 2, or game 1. So yeah, interesting. Alright, here comes the Goblin Tinker. He is level 2. So far, I don't exactly remember any games whatsoever with the Tinker displaying a second ability. It's not like he has that great of a kit anyway. I mean, Park Factory is like his biggest arsenal, and that's not saying much. Sometimes people view cluster rockets as a valuable ability, but I think it costs so much mana that it might not even be worth taking. Okay, here we go with WFZ assaulting the front of FQQ's base here. And you know what? This actually makes sense. This actually, you know, kind of tells me how WFZ actually knew how when to upgrade Web, because I mean, you could look at this build and say what, but you know, since WFZ played this game before last game, Web is definitely the absolute must upgrade. But then again, you know, looking at Griffin Aviary itself can be useful as well. We're gonna have the first Griffin coming out for FQQ. Needs to be very careful with this Tinker. I mean, he does have a TP scroll available, and yeah, he could use it if he times it right. If you want to live dangerously, maybe time it before the death coil hits you. Anyway, not as many towers in this one for FQQ. Unfortunately, we're gonna have the 2 Griffins popping out very, very soon, but I would imagine Web is on the way. Otherwise, I mean, WFZ might have to stall a little bit before he gets that upgrade completed. There's also the chance that he already has the upgrade, so yeah. Anyway, Griffins are out, and they will hopefully deal a lot of damage. No webs have been casted yet, so it doesn't look like it's actually ready. Otherwise, he cancelled the Crypt Fiends from actually casting it. Tinkerer is still not doing anything. I mean, he can't really do anything without a health potion, and we don't have a vault. Damn. It's actually pretty rough for FQQ here. Yeah, not much to say actually. Altar of Kings is gonna be destroyed, and I guess the farms are next. FQQ, like last game, he doesn't have much supply to be using, so having a surplus of farms leads to, you know, not so much a devastating loss if he loses his farms later on. But the farm's not actually completely walling the units off, so Griffians are able to toss a little pot shots against those towers as well as peasants. I mean, this is what Frost Nova was for. It was for these clumps of peasants ready to be frosted, nova'd. There we go. He only killed one though. Obviously the AoE damage is not particularly strong as the targeted damage, but oh well. Black Citadel is nearly there. We're having a sacrificial pit being placed down, maybe to keep tabs on the Goblin Tinker itself. But I mean, you don't need shades anymore if your opponent is right in front of you. It's gonna be rather difficult for these Griffins to be dealt with for WFZ. He's gonna lose quite a bit of units. I don't think the Griffins themselves can destroy the base as quickly as maybe WFZ would. So it'll just depend on who GG's first, and right now it looks like FQQ might be the one doing that, because I mean, if he loses his Tinker, you know, if that ever happens, then definitely no if coming back to this game. This looks like it's gonna be the same thing going on, except in this case I would say that FQQ's base is a little more exposed in this one than last game. Level 2 has been gained for the Lich, so Dark Ritual could potentially be coming in, but I mean, at this point maybe numbers of Crypt Fiends is way more important than tossing out additional Frost Novas. Okay, Stormhammers is coming out, and that is going to be... oh, never mind, Stormhammers does AoE damage. Interesting. Never considered that, in fact. Alright, so I might be receiving comments in the first video, but oh well. Another Death Coil to heal up the Crypt Fiend. Meanwhile, FQQ, I mean, he doesn't have that many options right now. He is going to TP back. He hasn't destroyed all that much. It's actually very hard to destroy buildings with Griffins, and he is going to TP back with rather low Griffins themselves. Web is going to demolish these guys, and a GG from FQQ. That is going to be game, and that is going to be the series. So I apologize immensely for getting the games mixed up in order. Obviously it would have been a much better, I guess, much better pacing sort of thing if I casted it in the right order, but it was basically 2-0. It wasn't much that I needed to fix. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It was honestly very weird, and I will see you guys again next time. Take care.